Procrastination is not just about time, it's about purpose. It's not just putting off a task, it's putting off obedience. Every time we delay what God has called us to do, we invite distance between His will and our walk. James 4:17. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. That's a hard truth, because most people don't think of procrastination as sin. But God sees the heart, and when we delay His leading, it's not harmless hesitation, it's disobedience. Ephesians 5:15-16. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Procrastination says, I'll do it later. But God says, now is the time. 2 Corinthians 6:2. Now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. When we put off what God is asking us to do today, we harden our hearts to His voice. Hebrews 3:15. Today, if you hear His voice, do not harden your hearts. This is deeper than forgetting a chore or missing a deadline. Procrastination becomes spiritual when it delays purpose, postpones healing, and resists God's refining. God tells you to forgive, and you say, later. He tells you to reconcile, and you say, not today. He nudges you to start, and you wait for a better mood, a clearer day, a perfect sign. But waiting for perfect conditions is a trap. Ecclesiastes 11:4. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. In other words, if you keep waiting for perfect timing, you'll never move. Procrastination also trains the heart to doubt God's timing. The longer we delay, the more we believe the lie that now isn't good enough, that we aren't good enough. But that is not how God works. Psalm 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This day, not yesterday, not tomorrow. God's purpose begins now. Delaying does not strengthen you. It weakens your resolve, dulls your passion, and hardens your faith. Romans 13:11-12. The hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber. The night is nearly over. The day is almost here. We're not just procrastinating tasks. Sometimes we're procrastinating transformation. And God is calling us to awaken, to stop postponing the life He designed for us, to stop assuming we have unlimited time to get serious about His voice. Why do we delay what we know we should do? Often, it's not laziness, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of imperfection, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear is not from God. 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Procrastination is a symptom. Fear is the root, and the antidote is faith. Hebrews 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. When God tells you to move, He doesn't need you to have it all figured out. He needs you to trust Him, to walk in faith even when the road ahead is foggy. Moses didn't feel qualified. He hesitated. He tried to delay God's command. Exodus 4:10. Moses said to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent. I am slow of speech and tongue." But God didn't ask Moses if he was confident. He simply said, "Go." Exodus 4:12. Now go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. You see, procrastination argues with God's command. Faith obeys, even when it's trembling. The longer you delay obedience, the harder it becomes to start. Delays turn into patterns. Patterns turn into lifestyles. And soon, your calling feels distant. Not because God left, but because you never moved. God does not give strength for tomorrow's battle today. He gives it for today's step. Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Procrastination paralyzes you in tomorrow's fear, but faith activates you in today's obedience. Proverbs 13:4. A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. Fear feeds hesitation. Faith feeds action. Procrastination feeds regret. Obedience feeds fulfillment. You might fear starting, but God is not asking you to finish everything in one day. He's asking for your trust. One moment, one move, one small step at a time. And here's the truth. Your later will cost you. Delayed obedience can mean missed moments, delayed blessings, or prolonged pain. Psalm 32:8-9. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. Do not be like the horse or the mule, which have no understanding, but must be controlled by bit and bridle. God wants willing hearts, not dragging feet. He calls us to act, not when we feel brave, but when He speaks. The cure for procrastination is not speed, it's obedience. It's showing up when you don't feel ready. It's starting small. It's trusting that God works through humble, faithful beginnings. Zechariah 4:10. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. God is not looking for perfection, He's looking for movement, for faith that steps out, even when it's unsure. Psalm 37:23. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him. Not leaps, not sprints, steps, one small yes at a time. Start the conversation, start the apology, start the prayer, start the project, not because you're ready, but because He is faithful. Lamentations 3:22-23. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. His mercies are new every morning. Every morning is a reset, a restart, a reminder that you are not disqualified by yesterday's delay. God's mercy meets you today. But don't wait for motivation. Obedience comes first, feelings follow. John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commands. Jesus didn't say, if you feel like it. He said, keep them. Because love expresses itself through action, not emotion. Obedience is your act of worship. It's your resistance to fear. It's your way of saying, God, I trust you more than my own comfort. So if you've been stuck in delay, if you've made excuses too long, if you've called fear by the name of waiting on God, it's time to move. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Today is the day to start. Start small, start scared, but start. God will meet you in the movement, and your obedience will break the chains that procrastination used to hold you back. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Isaiah 1:19. If you are willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. Your calling is too important to delay. Your purpose is too urgent to postpone. And your God is too faithful to fail. Take the step. Do it now. Trust Him with the rest. He will carry it. He will complete it. He will honor your yes.